nah, no. Yeah. Oh, I can't let him take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Yeah. I can't let him take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let him take my soul. Nah, 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 no. See, we was cool right before he hit the fence, but he hit the fan when I got him down at the bench. When I took a break, I had to leave and go get cleansed. God forgive me for all my sins. I can't say these cause my last name ain't Kent. Cooking on the stove, that's the way he paid the rent. Working on the pole, that's the way she paid tuition. Better watch your soul, cause you know they trying to get it. Yeah, yeah. I learned my right from wrong on a song. I let my heart bleed on my sleeve through microphones. I'm trying to right my wrongs by writing out my wrongs. Ran through a check, cause it's hard to live off bread alone. So if you see me slipping, yeah, let me know. Cause it ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. Yeah, I need my space to breathe, that's why I be going ghost. I ain't trying to stay up on that wide road, cause I can't let him take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let him take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let him take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let him take my soul. Nah, 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 no. They thinking I'm bluffing, but I promise I do it. That K got a drum, like murder and booming. Sending you verse, if I get my little Uzi. They thinking I'm crazy, I'm gon' see you the haters. People I'm saying, get what I'm painting. The picture big, I call it little baby. If I'm on the board, then we playing chess. If you on my way, you gon' need a vest. Act big, you might get stretched. All your gun talk, I ain't impressed. My 45 seen real traffic. That's Dallas, Texas. My little partner called her body for a Maserati. He told him get about the car, hit him with the shotty. That 12 gauge, gave him life in the 12th grade. I tried to write him, but we ain't on the same page. I caught him slipping, I just had to let him know. It ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. These demons really out to get you, so you better guard your post. There's certain things I could probably let go, but I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Yeah. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Yeah. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. See, we was cool right before he hit the fence, but he hit the fan when I got him down at the bench. When I took a break, I had to leave and go get cleansed. God forgive me for all my sins. I can't say these cause my last name ain't Kent. Cooking on the stove, that's the way he paid the rent. Working on the pole, that's the way she paid tuition. Better watch your soul, cause you know they trying to get it. Yeah, yeah. I learned my right from wrong on a song. I let my heart bleed on my sleeve through microphones. I'm trying to right my wrongs by writing out my wrongs. Ran through a check, cause it's hard to live off bread alone. So if you see me slipping, yeah, let me know. Cause it ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. Yeah, I need my space to breathe, that's why I be going ghost. I ain't trying to stay up on that wide road, cause I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. They thinking I'm bluffing, but I promise I do it. That K got a drum, like murder and booming. Sending you verse, if I get my little Uzi. They thinking I'm crazy, I'm gon' see you the haters. People I'm saying, get what I'm painting. The picture big, I call it little baby. If I'm on the board, then we playing chess. If you on my way, you gon' need a vest. Act big, you might get stretched. All your gun talk, I ain't impressed. My 45 seen real traffic. That's Dallas, Texas. My little partner called her body for a Maserati. He told him get about the car, hit him with the shotty. That 12 gauge, gave him life in the 12th grade. I tried to write him, but we ain't on the same page. I caught him slipping, I just had to let him know. It ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. These demons really out to get you, so you better guard your post. There's certain things I could probably let go, but I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. See, we was cool right before he hit the fist, but he hit the fan when I got him down and pinched. But I took a break, I had to leave and go get cleansed. God forgive me for all my sins. I can't say these, cause my last name ain't Ken. Cooking on the stove, that's the way he paid the rent. Working on the pole, that's the way she paid the wish. Better watch your soul, cause you know they trying to get it. Yeah, yeah. I learned my right from wrong on a song. I let my heart bleed on my sleeve through microphones. I'm trying to right my wrongs by writing out my wrongs. Ran through a check, cause it's hard to live off bread alone. So if you see me slipping, yeah, let me know. Cause it ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. Yeah, I need my space to breathe, that's why I be going ghost. I ain't trying to stay up on that wide road, cause I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. They thinking I'm bluffing, but I promise I do it. That K got a drum, like murder and booming. Sending you verb, if I get my little Uzi. They thinking I'm crazy, I'm gon' see you, the haters. People I'm saying, get what I'm painting. The picture big, I call it little baby. If I'm on the board, then we playing chess. If you on my way, you gon' need a vest. Act big, you might get stretched. All your gun talk, I ain't impressed. My 45 seen real traffic. That's Dallas, Texas. My little partner called her body for a Maserati. He told him get up out the car, hit him with the shotty. That 12 gauge, gave him life in the 12th grade. I tried to write him, but we ain't on the same page. I caught him slipping, I just had to let him know. It ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. These demons really out to get you, so you better guard your post. There's certain things I could probably let go, but I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Yeah. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Yeah. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. See, we was cool right before he hit the fist, but he hit the fan when I got him down and pinched. But I took a break, I had to leave and go get cleansed. God forgive me for all my sins. I can't say these, cause my last name ain't Ken. Cooking on the stove, that's the way he paid the rent. Working on the pole, that's the way she paid the wish. Better watch your soul, cause you know they trying to get it. Yeah, yeah. I learned my right from wrong on a song. I let my heart bleed on my sleeve through microphones. I'm trying to right my wrongs by writing out my wrongs. Ran through a check, cause it's hard to live off bread alone. So if you see me slipping, yeah, let me know. Cause it ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. Yeah, I need my space to breathe, that's why I be going ghost. I ain't trying to stay up on that wide road, cause I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. They thinking I'm bluffing, but I promise I do it. That K got a drum, like murder and booming. Sending you verb, if I get my little Uzi. They thinking I'm crazy, I'm gon' see you, the haters. People I'm saying, get what I'm painting. The picture big, I call it little baby. If I'm on the board, then we playing chess. If you on my way, you gon' need a vest. Act big, you might get stretched. All your gun talk, I ain't impressed. My 45 seen real traffic. That's Dallas, Texas. My little partner called her body for a Maserati. He told him get up out the car, hit him with the shotty. That 12 gauge, gave him life in the 12th grade. I tried to write him, but we ain't on the same page. I caught him slipping, I just had to let him know. It ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. These demons really out to get you, so you better guard your post. There's certain things I could probably let go, but I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. soul. Nah, 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 no. Yeah. Oh, I can't let him take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Yeah. I can't let him take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let him take my soul. Nah, 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 no. See, we was cool right before he hit the fence, but he hit the fan when I got him down at the bench. But I took a break, I had to leave and go get cleansed. God forgive me for all my sins. I can't say these, cause my last name ain't Kent. Cooking on the stove, that's the way he paid the rent. Working on the pole, that's the way he paid tuition. Better watch your soul, cause you know they trying to get it. Yeah, yeah. I learned my right from wrong on a song. I let my heart bleed on my sleeve through microphones. I'm trying to right my wrongs by writing out my wrongs. Ran through a check, cause it's hard to live off bread alone. So if you see me slipping, yeah, let me know. Cause it ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. Yeah, I need my space to breathe, that's why I be going ghost. I ain't trying to stay up on that wide road, cause I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let him take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let him take my soul. Nah, 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 no. They thinking I'm bluffing, but I promise I do it. That K got a drum, like murder and booming. Sending you verb, if I get my little Uzi. They thinking I'm crazy, I'm gon' see you the haters. People I'm saying, get what I'm painting. The picture big, I call it little baby. If I'm on the board, then we playing chess. If you on my way, you gon' need a vest. Act big, you might get stretched. All your gun talk, I ain't pressed. My 45 seen real traffic. That's Dallas, Texas. My little partner called her body for a Maserati. He told him get up out the car, hit him with the shotty. That 12 gauge gave him life in the 12th grade. I tried to write him, but we ain't on the same page. I caught him slipping, I just had to let him know. It ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. These demons really out to get you, so you better guard your post. There's certain things I could probably let go, but I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Yeah. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Yeah.
Okay, I don't think I forgot my mic this time. Hello, everybody, once again. This is Mr. Lars, if you please. Tonight we are going to be ending up this series with part 4 of A Hate Mail Love Letter to My Life. Sorry, I could not get the YouTube stream to work again. For some reason, it always bugs out. I got it to work one time on that in the last Necromancer build video that I did. And yeah, that was like the only time that I got it to work. After that, wow, okay. Hi, everybody, welcome. So, last time we talked, we spoke about recovery. Hey, how you doing, Gina? Last time we talked about recovery and everything else, all that kind of good stuff. And how my brain was Swiss cheese coming out of the hospital. I still do not have parts of my memory till this day. I've tried. Hey, thanks for the follow. So I still try to get a lot of that memory back till this day, but it's kind of spotty in places. But that's how it goes, I guess. Sorry, everybody, no special guest tonight. She is back at her home, and I figured I would round this up the same way that I started it. So I've still got spotty portions of my memory and things like that, and it's really interesting to have memory like that. Like for some reason for it to be such a big portion of my life at that point, to have your memory just fail you on a lot of things. Like when I first got out of the hospital, it was trouble remembering just simple things and things like that. But I do have some very vivid memories of, that portion of getting out of the hospital and getting up and getting out and all that kind of good stuff. I remember it just felt like forever inside of that hospital, and it literally felt like I was there forever, but in reality I wasn't there that long when you think about it, like comparatively. The doctors gave me 3-year recovery time, and that's what they were saying. It would take about 3 years for me to fully recover with everything. Here, let me fix this camera a little bit. It'd take me about 3 years or so to recover, to start walking again and things like that. And yeah, I have always been the type of person that if somebody tells me that, oh, it's going to take me this long to do things and all that kind of good stuff, then I would say, no, I'm going to do it sooner. Giving up and submitting to things 9 times out of 10 is not in my nature. So I remember getting out of the hospital and trying to get out of there as early as possible because I just felt trapped inside of that place. And it's one thing dealing with a lot of this stuff when you're at the hospital, because you have the wonderful nurses and staff and everybody that help take care of you and help kind of push you along. And then, you got your physical therapist people there and your occupational therapist people there, and they're all like pushing and pushing and pushing and, trying to, get you along the way and all that kind of good stuff. And then you have like all the gadgets and stuff and hoses and wires and everything hooked up to you, and that really sucks. And then, you can't get any sleep because every 30 minutes or something, you get blood pressure taken and everything by the automatic cuffs hooked up to you, and all that kind of good stuff. By the way, thank you everybody for helping me reach the sub goal. We hit 9 out of the 5 that I established for it, so thank you very much. So doing that, it's and all that kind of good stuff. It's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult to go through all of that and try to get out of that place, because then the reality sets in on you of what the doctors just told you of, oh, this is going to be 3 years of your life like this. And, at that point, I realized that my life had just completely changed drastically. And the drastic changes in my life were not just being in the hospital and things like that, and not just dealing with just the recovery and things like that, but also dealing with the fact that I was now diabetic, so I could not enjoy the things that I would normally enjoy anymore, like the food that I would love to enjoy, and drinking, going out, things like that. I mean, my entire life had just changed, really. Remember coming home and trying to stay on the couch, and then having to move to the air mattress on the floor because the couch wasn't big enough, and just moving around in general. The big thing that I wanted to talk to you about this time was the recovery itself, the pain. You guys, you cannot even imagine the pain of what it's like to have that kind of nerve damage. I mean, it was such awful, ridiculous pain. I mean, there were times that I would just be awake for 48 hours straight, and just straight, livid, just horrible pain, like stabbing pain. And it's like, there's always a burning sensation, which I still have till this day. I just don't feel it because a lot of the pain medicine that I'm on and everything else like that. But there's always this surface burning pain on the skin, and at the time it was like from my ankles all the way down to my feet, and then like this whole hand and all the way up to here. That surface burning pain, and then you'd have these spasms in your muscles to where my hands would just go some weird way, and then my toes would do like this and just clench really bad, and you would keep clenching until it was just absolute awful pain. And then there was the stabbing pain, like the actual nerve pain, and that kind of pain is just, it's unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. I mean, like I said, days of just the stabbing pain that would just stab, wait, stab, and it would just do that over and over and over and over and over and over, and you can't sleep like that. You can't even breathe. You can't even think. I mean, that was the problem, is that I know that my mind was responsive at the time. Like I could respond and things like that, and I was okay. I was conscious. I was there, but like the pain was so bad that you just can't even keep a thought. Like it's very, very hard to describe that much pain. And I remember just laying there for days and days, and finally, I thought it was going to get better, and it did get better for a little bit. And then, I did physical therapy, and then I'd keep working out, and then I would keep doing the workouts that, that the physical therapist recommended and all that kind of good stuff. And I would keep doing that and then sometimes I'd overwork myself, and then all of a sudden, all of the pain would come back. It was like I would make progress in my hands and in my feet to where like the pain and numb feeling, like, when a portion of you goes to sleep, would move down further away, and then it wouldn't be that way anymore. And then all of a sudden it would relapse, and it would just all of it would come back. And it just seemed like it would be never ending. Like I would just never get out of that condition and get out of that. It just felt horrible to just go in that never ending circle. And so about that time, my mom recommended to me Dr. Lipsky to go see him. And he was an anesthesiologist that worked specifically with chronic pain patients. And I went to see him, and I felt like this guy knew what he was talking about, because he would literally like ask me, like, describe the pain from the surface skin all the way down to your bones, kind of thing. And I did, and he came up with this regimen of all these different pain medicines, kind of thing. I had went to a doctor before that, and I just got put on tramadol, and tramadol didn't necessarily work. I mean, it worked, but it didn't work. It worked for a little bit, but not for very long. And I'd end up being put on to the tramadol 24-hour, but twice a day. And that worked perfectly, and it got me to the point to where I could start moving around, start working out, and start getting into the chair on a regular basis. And getting into the chair and moving around, that gave me like a sense of life. And as we said before, Clyde, a friend of mine, Clyde, had built a ramp at my house. And at the time, I was living in Memorial in this townhome with stairs and everything else. And so I'd taken care of some of the pain and started to work out and started on my path towards recovery. But it was still just, at that point, it slowly sank in, and I started to realize that I was no longer the person that I was before. And I think that some of the psychological issues I had to deal with was that anytime you go through a traumatic change in your life like this, that's forced, and traumatic injury and stuff, no matter what, you have to realize you're no longer that same person anymore. So I guess you go into like a state of mourning, like for yourself, and I didn't realize that you kind of had to mourn yourself and think about mourning yourself. I never really had thought about it that way until I had started seeing a therapist again. And it's absolutely awful to do that, because you then start to worry about a lot of things. And one of the responses to this kind of mourning is to be very, very angry about things. And I was, but I choose to use that anger in a constructive way, really, to motivate myself. Like, this is not going to stop me. I'm going to be better. I'm going to do better. I'm going to be better than I was before, and things like that. So, using that anger in a constructive way was, much better than lashing out. Though I did do that a couple times. And I had to have time to properly mourn myself. And, at this time, I also had to go through a breakup too, because, you give somebody the choice, right? It's not anything that anybody ever plans on being in this situation. So you give them the choice. You give them the out. And you can't necessarily blame somebody for taking an out in a situation like this, because, this is at the time it was being projected to be years this way. And, they have to think about it as well as you not being the same person anymore either. No more going out and drinking, no more going out and partying, your diet has to change, you can't do the things that you could do before, and you might never be able to do the things that you did before. And that's huge, especially when, like, you have a defined type of relationship and things like that. You never really know what you're going to do until you're in that situation. You never really know. You can sit and say that you would do something different until you are in that actual situation. Once you're in that actual situation, then things start to sink in a good bit. But long story short, I had to go through that as well, and then I knew that I couldn't stay where I lived at that point. I knew that I had to go somewhere else. I knew I needed to completely reinvent, start over, and everything else. And that's exactly what I did. I left my place there, and then I moved. As a pain in the butt it is just to operate when you're in a wheelchair and when you're not 100%, as a pain in the butt as it is to do all of that, it's even more of a pain in the butt to try to move. Once again, I have to say thanks to my mom for helping me with that, because she did like all of my packing and everything else. I mean, I couldn't even unspool tape with this hand. I mean, it was pretty awful getting moved in that condition. But it needed to be done. It needed to be done quick. Granted, it cost a good bit to move, but thanks to my cousins and those around me, I was able to pull the move off and actually get out of there and get into a much better position, into an apartment with a single floor instead of multiple floors like that. So, let's take count on the tally here for a second at the 30-minute mark of this thing. Is that went into a coma. My company was no longer around. All right, so I didn't even do the same thing for a living anymore. It was in the process of rebuilding that part of myself. Went into a coma, came out, couldn't walk, and couldn't really operate or type anymore like the way I could. And then also diet had to change, and couldn't do the things I like to do anymore for fun. So there was a lot changing at once. So the person I was, I don't know, I kind of look back and I don't even recognize that person anymore, really. I mean, a part of me is still there, but, that much change at one time was truly, I believe, the death of the person that I was. And it's sad, and I still kind of mourn that till this day. And there are portions of my life that I miss greatly. And then it would be nice to have them back, but I know that they're gone. So once I got here, I gave myself a pretty good morning. And I'm one of those people that when things bother me, if you just give me enough time alone, I'll sort things out in my head. And once I finally got here, I felt like I could be on my own again. And my mom went home for the very first time in 6 months and got a break. And so I got here, and once I got here, I continued with my exercises. I kind of got into my daily routine and my daily meals, planning things, going to the gym, doing things like that, meeting new people. I'm probably one of few people that live in apartments that, like, I know everybody up and down my hall, not just the neighbor apartments, but like all over the whole place. I just stop and talk to everybody. And then started rebuilding myself in the work sense and things like that, and started going through, building up a new company and starting to work in security and do things like that, and decided I was going to open up a research lab to start doing all kinds of different research. Like right now I'm doing research for a new company that'll start sponsoring the stream soon. It's a recruiting agency for international exchange students. I'll also be doing recruiting for another company that I can't mention yet because of NDAs and things like that. But we'll talk it over with them, and maybe they'll sponsor the stream as well. So I started doing that, and slowly but surely it's starting to come together. And the mountain of debt that's left over after this whole hospital visit and everything else that I went through is starting to slowly shrink now too. That's really what this episode's about more than anything else, is recovery and where I'm at now. So I'm going to take, I know that we kind of just started, but this is going to be a short episode tonight, but I'm going to take a very, very small break, a very, very small little ad break, and then I will be right back. So I'll see you shortly.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, have me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. You matter what, add it up. I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car, take it tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. You matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Told it if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Told ya I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Told ya I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, have me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. You matter what? all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car till you tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking.
Mike. I remembered it this time. So, all right, I'm back. Truly enjoyed listening to your journey and being educated on your dad is type 1. So I've been trying to be better. I'm so proud of you, Hugs. Well, much hugs to you and much hugs to Cheetah and Mako both. Thank you. And much hugs to you, Gina, as well. Type 1 is really, really difficult. That's what you're born with. And 9 times out of 10, you have to have those insulin pumps like installed or something. If memory serves me correctly, Cheetah has a pain pump installed. I don't know about having anything installed inside of me. That seems strange. I don't know if I could adjust to that or not. But yeah, type 1 is very dangerous. That's horrible. Type 2 you can develop, and it's getting to that point in the story to where which brings me to here, right? So after I got here, thanks for the cheers again, and hey, look, the emoji wall is now working. Look at that. Sorry, that was the first time that I've seen the emoji wall work since I put it up into the stream. Medically bionic? Yeah, I guess that's a good way that you could say it. I was talking to a friend of mine named Tony, and he was talking about how I died, you know, and then was brought back to life. And I said, I don't know, was I resurrected or I don't know. Like, I don't know how he goes, no. I prefer the term reanimated. So that's what I'm going with. I was reanimated, not resurrected or anything divine like that, but I would say that I was reanimated. I like that term the best. But yeah, that's the first time I've seen the emoji wall as well. And also, since, you know, we made affiliate, like, we are able to do the custom emojis. Let's see if I could do this right. Yeah, there's one, and then there's the Omega Lol, and then there's that one. Nifty. So it's enough toying with that. I'm actually working on something else as well, to where during these chat scenes, everybody can kind of design their own avatar, and you walk around at the bottom of the screen down there, and then I could pick you up and like feed you and different things like that, and you could fight. If you mouse over your screens, there's actually a little square on there that allows you to be able to gamble your pixels and things like that. Here in the channel, we have two things: pixels and glitches, and then the glitches can be spent to like make me change hats or wear a mask or do something silly like that, and then the pixels and stuff can also be used to choose a song and stuff, usually when I'm running Pretzel Player and playing games and stuff. Anyway, it's enough of that, so let me get back to what I was talking about.
Yeah, no, there's more merch coming on January 1st. Thank you to all of you, those of you out there who have ordered merch. And what is the glass? Oh, that is for tips and cheers. Every time there's a follower, a cheer, or a sub, it goes into the tip jar, so to speak. But there's new merch coming January 1st as well, the inspiration merch. It's where all the inspirational phrases that I have and stuff like that, I'm putting those on shirts and then putting the mass logo on the sleeve and things like that. We'll be coming out with some of that, and I'll be redoing some of the current merch as well to add a few things to it as tips that I've been given from certain people. But anyway, so it brought me to this, and it brought me to this conclusion, really, that to go through that much stuff at one time, it literally sociologically kills the person that you are. That you have to change almost everything about yourself. That you have to go through that mourning period, and you have to basically change who you are, really. And of course, as always, you start to ask these questions, why, right? So I asked myself the question, why? And I said, why? And one thing I noticed about the whole positive attitude of working with physical therapists and occupational therapists and things like that was, why did this happen and all that kind of good stuff. And because there's, people that have that kind of behavior and then this kind of stuff never happens to them, but there's plenty of people that it does happen to them. So the question begged why. And I guess the biggest reason why was that I knew that I could probably bring this message out to people, being the outgoing type, ambitious person that I am, that I could bring this message to people. And I had gotten to the point to where I'd started to adopt a really positive attitude about everything, because I noticed I did better, or positive that I stayed. And that's actually the next Mr. Lars. No. The next Mr. Lars says is about confidence, really, and then the one after that one will be positivity. But anyway, the positive attitude. I've always been pretty positive, but this just took it to the next level. Is that I had to train my brain to think about positive things even more, to kind of keep the negative things out, the negative questioning and out. And, I have my good days and I have my bad days, but I always try to stay at least a little bit happy and a little bit positive. And I try to train my brain to look at it that way. So I figured that I could bring that message, and as well as a bunch of other things that I learned during this time. I wanted to come on here, and also in life, every chance that I get, I kind of tell a little bit of my story to people, to let them know if they feel like somebody around them is in trouble, that's developing bad habits or things like that, then go out there and try to reach out to those people, because everybody needs somebody sometime, and that also, if you haven't done it, go get a test for diabetes, because the doctors, you can go into a hospital for one thing and then they say it's this, and then they say it's this, but then eventually something happens and they figured out it's this. But, it's not blaming doctors or anything, but that's just how diagnostics works. You work on the information that you're given at the time, and the more information that they have, the more accurate they can be. And sometimes they don't get the information that they need until it's too late. It was almost too late for me. It was almost completely over for me. And there wouldn't have been any story for me to tell. I didn't wise up to a lot of things, but I eventually did. After that big 2x4 hit me right in the middle of the face. There's a lot of different kinds of people in this world. I'm one of those stubborn people that, I will not absolutely change unless I have to. But now things are a lot better. I have, a good support system with my family and friends. I have a good regimen daily. I exercise a lot. My physical therapist calls my physical therapy extreme physical therapy, because she knows how I take it and how, I stay very, very focused on it, and I keep pushing myself and pushing myself and pushing myself. And I think that has a lot to do with it, is because I've never been satisfied with where I was at. It was always about where I was going. And when you have moments like this happen in your life, that completely knock you down. And there are plenty of people out there that things like this could happen to, that would just give up. But I've never been the type to give up. Not once, not ever. And that's the message I want to bring to everybody, is don't give up. Go get tested for diabetes. Specifically ask for it. Reach out to somebody that needs it. Try to help and do the best that you can. You can't always be 100% positive all the time. You can't always be up and happy and bubbly all the time, but you can try your best to. Even if you're having a bad time, sometimes it takes somebody showing up and saying hi to knock you out of that mode or something like that. And if you don't do it for yourself, then do it for those around you. Because if you do it enough for those around you, then eventually you'll start doing it for yourself too. Or if you do it enough for yourself, then you'll start doing it for those around you. Because a negative attitude has never helped anybody do anything in this world. And it's never helped anybody around them either. But it brings me to where I am at today. To all the friends around me and all the people around me and everything else. It brought me to the point to where I can start doing this. And I can take a few steps now. I can take it a few steps now. I can walk a little bit more with a cane. And I would walk a little bit more right now, but you can't exactly see my face when I do that. And with my cane, I can walk even further. So that's one of those things that you got to kind of be thankful for, is the progress that you make. And you keep going forward with that. And you compound it on top of one thing, on top of one thing, on top of another thing. Just like I just said in the previous Mr. Lars says, practice, practice, practice. Practice makes what? Not perfect, improvement. And all we can do is try to put one improvement with another, with another, with another, and with another. So going forward, try your best to be as positive as you can in your life, for yourself and those around you. Any day that you feel that you wake up and you just don't feel like it, and you feel bored or tired or whatever, you don't get much accomplished on those days that you don't feel good, right? So if you only accomplish things on the days that you do feel good, then you'll never really get nothing done at all. Impossible dreams require an impossible work ethic. Always. And there's not much that you can't do with practice, a positive attitude, and a good bit of good old-fashioned confidence. Or in people that know me, in my case, ego. You got to keep it in check sometimes, but it does help a lot. It does help a lot. So this kind of concludes the story. I will keep everybody updated to what I'm doing going forward in the future. And I probably am going to have one more episode, but it's going to be called a prologue. I have some business owner friends that I'm going to invite on, and we're going to discuss the mental health issues with small, medium-sized business owners, and then we'll talk a little bit more about that. But that's my story. That's what I went through, and I hope it helps somebody out there. Somebody. If I just reach one person, then I'm a happy camper. Just like I always say, any day that I am still converting oxygen to carbon dioxide and my ass is on the right side of the grass is a great day by me. So, I'd like to thank everybody for everything. Thank you to those that have bought merch. Thank you to those that have subbed. Thank you to those that have donated. It is greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, I promise you. And I have a bunch more content coming soon. I have a bunch of different segment ideas. Feel free to come back. Feel free to make suggestions. Feel free to ask questions if you want. But for now, this is Mr. Lars. And I'm going to say what I always say. Stay focused, stay positive, inspire, and overcome. I'm out.
I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. See, we was cool right before it hit the fence, but it hit the fan when I got him down at the bench. But I took a break, I had to leave and go get cleansed. God forgive me for all my sins. I can't say these cause my last name ain't Kent. Cooking on the stove, that's the way he paid the rent. Working on the pole, that's the way she paid tuition. Better watch your soul, cause you know they trying to get it. Yeah, yeah. I learned my right from wrong on a song. I let my heart bleed on my sleeve through microphones. I'm trying to right my wrongs by writing out my wrongs. Ran through a check, cause it's hard to live off bread alone. So if you see me slipping, yeah, let me know. Cause it ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. Yeah, I need my space to breathe, that's why I be going ghost. I ain't trying to stay up on that wide road, cause I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. They thinking I'm bluffing, but I promise I do it. That K got a drum, like murder and booming. Sending you verse, if I get my little Uzi. They thinking I'm crazy, I'm gon' see it and hate it. People I'm saying get what I'm painting. The picture big, I call it little baby. If I'm on the board, then we playing chess. If you on my way, you gon' need a vest. Act big, you might get stretched. All your gun talk, I ain't impressed. My 45 seen real traffic. That's Dallas, Texas. My little partner called a body for a Maserati. He told him get about the car, hit him with the shotty. That 12 gauge, gave him life in the 12th grade. I tried to write him, but we ain't on the same page. I caught him slipping, I just had to let him know. It ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. These demons really out to get you, so you better guard your post. There's certain things I could probably let go, but I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Yeah. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Yeah. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. See, we was cool right before it hit the fence, but it hit the fan when I got him down at the bench. But I took a break, I had to leave and go get cleansed. God forgive me for all my sins. I can't say these cause my last name ain't Kent. Cooking on the stove, that's the way he paid the rent. Working on the pole, that's the way she paid tuition. Better watch your soul, cause you know they trying to get it. Yeah, yeah. I learned my right from wrong on a song. I let my heart bleed on my sleeve through microphones. I'm trying to right my wrongs by writing out my wrongs. Ran through a check, cause it's hard to live off bread alone. So if you see me slipping, yeah, let me know. Cause it ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. Yeah, I need my space to breathe, that's why I be going ghost. I ain't trying to stay up on that wide road, cause I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. They thinking I'm bluffing, but I promise I do it. That K got a drum, like murder and booming. Sending you verse, if I get my little Uzi. They thinking I'm crazy, I'm gon' see you the haters. People I'm saying, get what I'm painting. A picture big, I call it little baby. If I'm on the board, then we playing chess. If you on my way, you gon' need a vest. Act big, you might get stretched. All your gun talk, I ain't impressed. My 45 seen real traffic. That's Dallas, Texas. My little partner called her body for a Maserati. He told him get up out the car, hit him with the shotty. That 12 gauge gave him life in the 12th grade. I tried to write him, but we ain't on the same page. I caught him slipping, I just had to let him know. It ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. These demons really out to get you, so you better guard your post. There's certain things I could probably let go, but I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul.